Your AI agents can use a special protocol. It helps to work with services such as GitHub, Notion, Jira, and many others. You can write a command to your agent such as commit my changes to GitHub, push them, update the task in Jira, and many others. And your AI agent will execute it using connection to different services. Today we'll take a look at the MCP, a special protocol that provides this integration. We will investigate how to set up MCP servers for your usage and why it is not a silver bullet. Hey everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel, don't hesitate to subscribe on it, and let's start talking about MCP. You can think about MCP as a USB-C for AI. It's a common protocol for services such as GitHub, Figma, Postgres, Sentry, and many others. And it's all can be connected into your Claude, Cursor, VS Code, everywhere where AI is present. First of all, let's talk about the issue that MCP resolves. Technically, we don't need MCP. For example, GitHub has integration with Cursor, and GitHub team has to create this integration, but it works only for Cursor. For Claude Code, for example, it should be additional work. And just imagine how different services have to provide integration for different tools. And as a result, M companies should provide integration for N tools. And just imagine how much work it requires to create an integration for each specific service. And here is the MCP, a single standard. And it means that GitHub, for example, can create own MCP server, and it will be used for Cursor, Claude Code, or any other tools. Just create a single MCP server and any tools can use it. And that's why this complexity began being M plus N. So M companies just provide N MCP servers. And how does it work for a regular user? In our workflow, you'll have a host, and it can be Claude, Cursor, VS Code, for example. And this host creates a connection between MCP server and basically the host. This connection lives inside the host. And on other side, MCP server such as GitHub, Figma, or Postgres, they provide different tools and different resources that we can use in our site on the Claude or Cursor. As a result, we receive tools such as send email, run query, create issue, and other simple commands. And also we can receive access to different resources, for example files, databases, and so on. And the servers provide additional commands that we can use from our side. Let me provide you an example, so you already can understand what capabilities does it add. In Cursor, we can go to the Cursor settings. Here we will see the tab Tools and MCPs. Here I already have different MCP servers connected to my Cursor. If we take a GitHub as example, we already have 44 tools, 2 prompts, and 4 resources enabled for us. And here we can take a look on those tools. And it's all about primitive things such as get commit, create pull request, create branch, and many different tools that GitHub exposed to us, and our AI agent will use them to create branches, get commits, and many other things. If we take another examples of MCP servers, for example Vercel, we can investigate different other tools that this MCP provides for us. For example, have list of project, get a specific project, and many other different tools. So as you can see, each MCP server is unique. It provides a specific list of tools that our AI agent can use. If we simplify everything that happens under the hood, we have following structure. So our host, Cursor or Claude Code connects to the server. It discovers different tools that I just showed you. And then, when needed, those tools are called from AI agent. So currently this is not something exotic or new. Any AI tool has already integration to MCP server. So basically any popular AI application can already use MCP servers. So every client you already use speaks MCP. Claude Desktop, Zen, Windsurf, OpenAI, VS Code, and many others. Starting from Claude to 2024, this support already added to all popular clients. And if you want to understand what are the use cases of MCP, here is what front-end devs can actually ship with MCP today. So for GitHub, using GitHub MCP server, you can create branches, create commits, push them to the GitHub, but also read pull requests with all needed details. For example, you created a pull request and someone reviewed it. This engineer posts many different comments, and technically we can already have a link to those specific comments and create a chat session with your Cursor, for example, paste in the chat session those comments and just say fix them. And as a result, Cursor, using the MCP server, will go to the GitHub, get the content of this comment, and basically will fix everything, and you don't even need to write code by your own. Another example is to have design to code. For example, using Figma MCP, we can export Figma screens, and your AI tools will generate UI based on Figma designs. Another example is about error triage. For example, you set up Sentry and you have some errors there. Again, you can create a chat session, get the link to the specific sentry error, paste it into the session and just say fix it. Another use case of MCP is ticket automation. And this is very interesting. If you have Jira, Linear or any other ticket management tools, using any AI tools in MCP, you can technically get information about your tickets, and not only one ticket but multiple tickets, and do some work with those tickets. For example, updating the status, migrating some tickets, getting information from those tickets and many more. I will provide an example how I use ticket automation and my work. For example, I can create a chat session and say get all tickets from previous week. And here I can ask to track my progress. For example, how many tickets became from in progress to done, how many of those tickets transformed from to do to in review, and many other things. And as a result, I can track my performance and understand how many tickets I closed during last week and check my performance. Now let's take a look at the list of most popular MCP servers with specific use cases. As I mentioned before, GitHub is very useful MCP. Using this MCP, we can read PRs, review diffs and leave comments. And it's even without leaving the editor, basically everything in the AI chat. Also, we can open issues and fix PRs from Claude or Cursor conversation. And we also can have deep investigation, using search tools to find some commits, some code, etc. Another MCP is Figma. We can use it to generate a real UI based on Figma designs. Also, one quite interesting MCP is Context 7. This MCP is quite useful because it has access to any different library. And the most important that the focus of this MCP is to have up-to-date documentation. For example, in your AI editor, you can just ask to create some React components, for example. And your AI will create based on its knowledge. And sometimes this code will not have high quality, basically following bad standards. Using this Context 7, you can make sure that you have up-to-date documentation and your model will know how to develop components on the highest standards, using best practices and avoiding some outdated things. Other MCP servers are used for tracking your tickets. Here we have MCP for Jira, Linear and many others. So nowadays I can confidently say that we have MCP almost for each tool. Notion, Supabase, Sentry, Vercel, Cloudflare, Stripe, everything. Now let's talk about how to set up MCP server in your local environment. Nowadays it's quite simple. If you use Claude or Cursor, you have different locations of files, but the format is quite the same. You just have a JSON where you have a list of your MCP servers. Some of them are really simple to install, some of them require personal token to be generated. If you come back to Cursor, we can have different options how to set up the MCP server. In general, it's based on the specific server, but some of them are installed just with simple click. Here in Vercel, for example, we need authentication. So here we can just click on the connect and basically attach our working Vercel account to the Cursor to MCP. So after authentication, we just can simply use this MCP. If MCP server doesn't provide the easy installation tool, we can just click here and have this JSON. So basically it's completely the same JSON files that I showed you before. Here I have only one manual connection of GitHub, and for this I generated my token and provided it here in JSON. And as you can see, here we define our personal token, and it means that we should not show anyone this file or even commit it. To find more MCP tools and how install it, we can visit MCP Market, or you can just simply Google MCP list or MCP servers and find the right link. Here we can choose GitHub and let's see how it installs. For example, here in GitHub we can click on README and actually see how they recommend to install this MCP. Here we have different guides for VS Code, for Cloud Desktop, but to be honest, it looks like we can just easily go to their GitHub repository and find better format for instructions. Here in the GitHub repository of GitHub MCP server, we can find more detailed instruction, and here we can find Cursor and see the guide for Cursor. This format is much more readable, and we can see already the link to generate our personal token, describing all these different use cases. And what is the most important, sometimes we even have a button to add this to Cursor. So this website is quite useful, but just pay attention to the author of this specific MCP. Because for example, I can search for MCP and see many different items here, but it doesn't look that we have any official MCP for Figma here. Another topic that I wanted to discuss is that we don't always need MCP. Sometimes different companies provide not MCP but CLI tools. CLI is quite similar approach to provide specific tools to our AI agents to use them. For example, GitHub has GitHub CLI, and this GitHub CLI it has many different other tools, much less than MCP but still quite useful. And in this example we don't really need to generate the personal token and set up all these complicated things. Let's compare MCP path and CLI path and check pros and cons. An MCP is technically a server, so we need to authenticate to it and basically to install everything that is needed for it. CLI is quite simple, it's just about different commands, maybe also some authentication, but not really complicated. If we compare everything side by side, for CLI we have significant lower amount of tokens used. So this is really noticeable optimization. Approximately the same command on CLI and MCP requires different amount of tokens. And as a result of those tokens the price also changes. Sometimes reliability can be an issue, because MCP is technically a server and we connect to it, and sometimes they can have downtimes. From the setup perspective, we don't really need to install CLI, everything is already installed. For MCP we need this JSON config, and sometimes, as for GitHub, we have to generate personal token. If we compare how models understand CLI and MCP, for CLI modern models I already know about specific commands that CLI provides. For MCP we understand available tools at runtime. So if we summarize everything, we can have following pros and cons of CLI versus MCP. For CLI we have dramatically lower token cost, and also zero setup, and models already know about these commands. It doesn't work for everything, but most of the commands they run locally and don't require any network. But let's be honest that it only works when a CLI exists. For example, such tools as Figma and Notion and Linear, they just simply don't have any CLI. For MCP we can have many different MCP servers, and probably each SaaS already has its own MCP server. As cons we have high token overhead, and also difficulties with setting JSON config. So general recommendation here will be probably start using MCP when you have access to it, but fall back to CLI if you notice some issues. For example, MCP server works unstable, has downtimes and many other issues. So CLI in this specific case can be an easy alternative. That's all that I wanted to tell you about MCP. As we can see, it's quite useful protocol that requires us to connect to different services. Try to use it in the most productive way. Just define a list of MCP servers that are useful for you, and avoid servers with complicated setup that will not be really useful for you or that you will not use quite frequently. My ideal setup of MCP servers for my work is following: GitHub for creating commits, creating pull requests and investigating the code, and also the PR comments. MCP server for ticket management, to update the status of tickets, getting information about tickets, and basically orchestrating tickets. And the third MCP server is Context 7, just to have up-to-date information about libraries that I use, so my model can understand best practices and basically to have up-to-date documentation. And the last one is Figma MCP. If I want to generate code based on design, Figma MCP probably will be the best. If my designer provides me mockups using Figma, I just simply have access to Figma MCP just to generate the code based on this design, and it will save me a lot of time. Of course, it's not very accurate, but in general it's completely enough to have a starting point. You generate the design and then polish it, apply different fixes, and basically try to do it as much production ready as you already receive them in Figma. So that's it for today. Thank you for watching this video, and make sure you subscribe to this channel so as not to miss any other videos in the future. See ya!